some people don't give a shit about movies. No offense, I love movies, but... Hi, I'm Dacre Montgomery, and this is GQ Influenced. Went Up the Hill is quite a divisive film. I think it separates audiences straight down the middle, from those that really want to engage in the intense subject matter and those that have had similar experiences and want to dive in and get some catharsis out of it. I was immediately attracted to the idea of being in Went Up the Hill because it is the only film, to my mind, in the history of cinema that has two characters playing the same third character together. So the idea of sharing a third character with arguably one of the greatest living actresses, Vicky Creeps, was a huge challenge, but also something that I really wanted to step up and into, which was a really, really special experience and something, frankly, that I couldn't have even dreamed of. And I really wanted to do something like this my whole life and my whole career. The 2019 film Waves by Trey Edward Schultz. I saw it in cinemas right as COVID was breaking out. To me, it just combines everything I love about storytelling. It's beautiful, it sounds amazing, it looks amazing. It's a poignant, heartbreaking story. And I also just thought it was an entrance into the industry of a true, pure auteur. It's got to be A Crowded Room, which was a script that James Cameron penned in the 90s. True story based on Billy Milligan, which was a guy who had 27 split personalities and basically was the first person ever in history to be tried on behalf of multiple of his personalities. The movie was just incredible, and obviously as an actor to play multiple different personalities, I think would have been a real honor, and it was something that I've always thought about since. Ingmar Bergman's film Persona. That was the biggest influence for the director Samuel Van Grinsven. When you watch the movie, you can see why. There's so much in the cinematography. So I was watching a lot of Ingmar Bergman's work while I was making Went Up the Hill. The composer is a guy called Hannon Townsend, who does a lot of Terrence Malick's work. And one of my favorite Terry Malick's film, Knight of Cups, Hannon composed the score. So I was listening to a lot of that original soundtrack while I was making Went Up the Hill. Ingmar Bergman's Persona. That was a film that the director constantly used as a comp for this film. All of the compositions of the shots, if you look between the two movies, are extremely similar. Thematically, it's similar. The intensity is similar. So that was something I think that was meditated on prior to the shoot and during the shoot, and I think will be fairly evident afterwards in the result. 1996 film Belly, directed by Hype Williams, stars Nas and DMX and has one of the greatest openings to any film I've ever seen, and definitely laid the groundwork for the type of cinematography that we've seen in Sam Levinson's Euphoria. It's literally one of the most underrated films I have seen in a long, long time, and I just sat on the floor in my house, my legs crossed, looking up at the screen with my jaw to the floor, kind of going, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. An artist that influenced me is James Turrell. I'm like particularly obsessed with light. Every single light bulb on my property is timed, geolocated to sunrise, sunset, the luminosity, the light color, everything. So going and seeing one of James Turrell's works earlier this year in Copenhagen was kind of life-changing for me. He's just such an incredible artist, and there's nothing like it. To see it in person was a true gift. So I really appreciate you guys listening to GQ Influenced, and make sure you go check out Went Up the Hill in cinemas September 11th.